You know, we're gonna do a quick product spotlight today. We love doing these things. We love getting the products out that you guys know are available out there. Typically there's stuff on a budget that we think is a really good investment. So without further ado, do you own a 96 or newer vehicle? I'm gonna bet 99.9% you say yes. Well, that's awesome because you've got some options if you wanna know what's going on under the hood of your vehicle. Now, the computer in your vehicle is capable of sending all of its sensors out so that the outputs of the engine or the temperatures that you read in your dash know what's going on as an informed driver. I have a $12,000 scan tool that will tell me every single thing going on under that hood or inside that body control, and that's great. Wouldn't you like to have some of that access yourself at a decent cost? In great fashion, Edge has had a couple products that have been on the market for years. I think they're a little under advertised, so we're gonna kind of hit on them here. They have the CTS Insight line. So they have the CTS and CTS2, both shown here. CTS and CTS2 have very similar uses. Basically what they are, it's just an electronic gauge unit that's fully automatic, that's super easy to install, requires almost no wiring. It's simply plug and play and away you go, and they're pretty affordable. Now they have a lot of other options and we're gonna show you those here. Alrighty, so this customer in his 2013 Dodge Ram decided that he was gonna come in and get us to do some work. And as an add-on feature, he said it'd be great if I could see all my pressures and temperatures. So we'll do a quick demo before we finish this customer's install. We've already just quickly mounted the unit as a suction cup. Now typically we'll move it over down here and hide all these wires on you, but just for demo purposes. Key comes on. The Edge power unit powers up. Now this will go quite a bit quicker after we've got it all fully set up. And typically it's going to go directly to the gauge screen because that's where we'll have it set up. So gauges power up quite seamlessly. Now, these are the default options they've given us, and these can be fully adjustable. So you see things like battery voltage, what gear position you're in, RPM, intake temperature, fuel level, and it's as simple as double-clicking these units, and we can simply select something different. And it pretty much goes through the basis of all of the engine information that I would have on my very fancy scan tool. You know, we can go through even into G-forces, throttle position, transmission, line pressures, temperatures, mileage calculators. In this case, let's say turbo boost is an option. We click on that, takes us back to the main menu. We can even set alerts in this so that if you hit a max pressure, in this case say turbo boost, it's going to alert you as the driver so that you're not doing damage to your engine, and that's all fully adjustable. The screen is really nice and backlit. You can even go in as simple as actually taking a picture from, say, your phone, uploading it as the backdrop to this device. There are add-on apps on the Edge website, and it's simple as plugging into your computer and plugging into the USB cord. Really neat, futuristic stuff. Another neat feature it has is we can go into this main screen, and they have a few options here, you know, within your settings, your maintenance manager. You can have this thing coach your mileage for best fuel mileage possible. You can have it set up for maintenance managers, very similar to what you'll find in the dash for things like fuel filters, transmission fluid changes, oil changes, things like that. But it's all customizable to you and what we've set up for you and your needs. Diagnostics is a big important one here. We can read trouble codes, clear trouble codes, and in the case of a truck like this that has some modern emissions equipment, we can even run a mobile regen. These are active commands that up until now are really only found on our very expensive scan tools, right at your fingertips, always on the fly. And one of the big reasons I love selling these units is because if I've got a customer and their check engine light comes on and they've got a modern gasoline or diesel vehicle, they want to know, should they stop driving and get it fixed, or can they make that long trek to get home, especially if they're far from home. You know, there are certain codes. Let's say it was a glow plug on your GM Duramax that's out. That's something that's not going to hurt the vehicle to drive home a short distance. But if it's something, let's say like low rail pressure on your Cummins or your Duramax, that's something you're not going to want to drive too far with without causing more catastrophic damage. So just simply having that information at your fingertips and having the ability to call a trusted automotive service tech like myself is a big bonus. Now, one more other thing we're going to touch on, because the great thing about Edge is they think about everything, is they've got a whole bunch of accessories that can all be linked up to this unit. Now they make a similar unit that is capable of tuning as well, but that's not what we're interested in today. And they do make a little cheaper unit that's a smaller unit, just a smaller screen, and it's not touchscreen. And then they make some great accessories. So in this diesel pickup, one of the big things guys are going to ask for is this sensor right here. This is a pyrometer. This is reading your exhaust gas temperature. And wouldn't you know it, Edge does a great job of having an accessory lineup I'm going to show you here to make that read on this gauge and be simply plug and play. So you've got your Edge CTS or CTS2 Insight as a gauge unit. Great. And then we went out and we also have in stock, of course, some add-on accessory gauges. And these can be for temperature, pressure, whatever you're required, even an analog RPM gauge or something like that. This unit specifically is this pyrometer. So on this Cummins, the exhaust manifold is clearly easy to see. And for us to add an accessory, you'll notice this customer already has a pre-threaded port on that block-off plate on his manifold. So it's as simply as me taking that pyro accessory, threading it in there, nice and carefully and cleaning, running my wires, and it's simply plugged right into that Edge unit. I simply go into the settings and tell it I'd like to read that accessory. Bam, you've got an actual accurate pyrometer or exhaust gas temperature, whatever you want to call it, in your manifold ready to go. Now let's say you're fully emissions compliant. It's just as simple as us drilling a small hole in a port, threading it, tapping it, whatever we need to do to have that reading in that manifold so you've got that reading at all times. You want to add an accessory, say to coolant or transpan for trans temp. It's just as simple as doing the same thing, and you can stack those accessories so that unit's going to read them all on the fly for you. Affordability, you bet, we got you there too. Availability, got you there too. We're keeping the Edge CTS2 color screen, touchscreen units in stock at all times, and we're consistently blowing them out, giving you guys great deals, probably right on those par prices you're gonna see, or better than the .com prices you're gonna find online. So give us a call at DG's ProTech, set you up with cool accessories like this. For this product spotlight, I'm Dustin. We'll leave you here for now. Thanks a lot, guys.